Hello. The very, very sad and shameful politics of fear. And I just got one question to pose. Are you all scared? Are you scared? If you are scared, that means it's working. The politics of fear. Well, I guess you have to scare people when you really don't have nothing to run on because um, majority of your voters said, and take a good look at this hat, because I'm not pushing that message. It's let America be America again. That's the poem, the great poem by the great poet Langston Hughes. Google it and listen to it, read it. That's what I'm pushing here. So get a good look at this. This ain't that message. But anyway, um, you have to push fear when you don't have nothing to run on. I mean, majority of your voters said don't repeal this healthcare law, fix it. You defied them and you vote to appeal it. Majority of voters said um, wasn't for this tax cut. This tax cut that um, give the top 1% of the country. The top 1% get an average of $51,000 of tax relief. The top 1%, and all us regular folks that's working in the middle, the correction workers, law enforcement workers, restaurant workers, hotel workers, truck drivers, factory workers, nurses, all us regular folks, we get an average of $960. Top 1% that's already rich, do not need any assistance from the federal government, get an average of $51,000. We get an average of that's $20 $20 a week. You add it up any way you want. $20 a week, $40 biweekly on your biweekly check, $80 a month. That's $960 a year. Your voters was against that. You voted for it. Your voters was even against the Kavanaugh pick. They wanted someone less controversial. They were even against that pick, and you defied them. So when you don't have nothing to run on, you have to run on fear. When you have nothing to take to your voters or the American people, you have to run on fear. So this big old scary um, migrant caravan that's coming. And first of all, I really want to know. I really want to know about this caravan. They on the movement at this moment, at this time. I really want to know if it's organic. It's organic, but it fit so perfectly into their politics of fear. I just wonder. It should be an investigation. It should be an investigation. Maybe the intelligence community um, have some information, maybe intercept or something like that. Um, Maybe a right wing group or foreign entity um, shout out some type of message to get them on the way here during our political season, during our campaign for fear mongering reasons. I mean, you can't put nothing past this administration. That's just the thought. I mean, because they saying Democrats and Mr. Sorrow, whatever. Democrats do not want no more caravans coming to this country right now. We do not want no caravans coming because we cannot stomach no more children being made orphans by the policies of the Republicans. We cannot stomach no more children being made orphans. You still have children from the most recent caravan, the last caravan, that haven't been placed back with their parents. Parents been deported. Parents been deported. The child's still here. We definite. I mean, we definite as Americans, and I know the Democrats, the Americans, can't stomach no more of that because I don't care how extreme your views are on immigration to make orphans, take children from their mamas, to make orphans. That's evil. It's sadistic, evil, pure evil. So I know no Democrat groups don't have no more caravans coming this way. So that I'll be interested to know if 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 there be investigation or sometime in the future something come forward that say, well, they started coming because they got messages saying that the U.S. border was open. Probably some group sent it there to get them coming. It's for optics to look scary. So let's talk about this scary caravan that's coming, that's being used to strike fear. They coming with tanks and they coming with tanks, right? And AK-47s and rocket propelled grenades, aren't they? And weapon mounted vehicles and tanks. They so scary, right? Oh no, they just people just walking, men, women, and children walking. Wow, that's scary. You trying to scare people so much? I thought they had armored vehicles and weapons and stuff. I mean, we supposed to be so scared. What we supposed to be so scared about? Surely they can't get in the U.S. anyway, because we got it's a border wall down there, right? It's a wall, and it's a new border wall that Mexico had to pay for. Oh, that didn't happen either. The people was promised a border wall, and Mexico was going to pay for it. That is a promise not kept. That is a broken campaign promise. You, you said it was going to be a wall and that another country, Mexico, was going to pay for it. That is a broken promise. But they don't want a wall. That's just politics. That was just a cute, fancy slogan to keep the supporters riled up. It was never going to be no wall. Because if the Republicans wanted a wall, it would be a wall being constructed right now at this time with American jobs being created. But they don't want no wall. I'm gonna tell you why they don't want no wall. $1.5 trillion tax bill signed into law. If they wanted a border wall, they could have put that full funding of that border wall in that tax bill. What I don't know what the estimate of it's supposed to be. It's such a silly proposal, and I mean, people like me knew it was a fake from the beginning. But I'm guessing between 30 and 50 billion to build a wall like that. So what's another 30 to 50 billion on top of a 1.5 trillion dollar bill? The the Republicans, they were going to still vote for it. You think they was going to turn down a tax cut because somebody put an extra 30 to 50 billion in it? So that's one way the wall could have been constructed. That's letting you know they don't want the wall. The second one, for all you fiscal conservatives out there, in March 2018, the Republicans passed the biggest spending bill in the history of the United States of America. $1.3 trillion. Let me say it again, the biggest spending bill in the history of the United States of America. Y'all like to say big spending liberals, all this. Republicans passed the biggest spending bill in the history of America, 1.3 trillion. That wall could have been fully funded in that bill, but it wasn't. So you guys been played. You've been played. That's politics. To keep you riled up, to keep you fearful, to keep you engaged about the wall. They don't want no wall. They do not want no wall. So that would stop the scary caravan from getting in, but they failed the obligation to build a wall like they campaign on. So you got to go back to this fear. And then something shocking, something very, very shocking. If someone throw rocks, we're gonna treat it like a rifle and use lethal force. Okay, so we're going straight to lethal force or over rocks being thrown. Straight to lethal force. No water hose, no tear gas, no rubber bullets. This straight to lethal force. It's crazy, right? And but then one thing about this scary, scary, spooky caravan, I listened to what he was saying. So I researched, I fact checked. I could not find any credible um, um, news source that had any pictures like he was describing. And I mean, you pretty much know it's a lie anyway. But I wanted to fact check just to be sure, to look for credible sources. I didn't see no incidents and no rocks being thrown. Um, no nobody being violent with the Mexican off military. That's unfounded. I mean, I seen a source, some this Epoch Times and Breitbart. They not credible, and you got to be careful. You got to be careful because those type of publications, right wing publications, and even Fox News, which is really the fake news. And I don't say that to be calling names. I mean, the Sunday anchor of the talk show, Chris Wallace, he legit, and Shepard Smith is legit. But I mean, I'm not saying that to be calling names, but I mean, they are the only station, not CNN, not MSNBC. They are the only station with this caution. Some of our opinion programs is there strictly to be entertaining. Some of our opinion programming on this network doesn't really have rules and exists strictly to be entertaining. Another quote: distorts or omit facts. That was said by the own CEO a few years of Fox, Rupert Murdoch. He said that. So if there is video out there of somebody throwing rocks or being violent, why isn't it being shown nowhere else but on these type of publications? I mean, don't forget they are experts. They are expert at photoshopping and editing video. Just like they brought down the Acorn organization some years back, the Association of Communication Acorn. They brought down Acorn with fake edited videos. So if it is something out there, you got to look and make sure it ain't real. They can be showing this caravan and then cut away to some violence at some other place at some other time totally and making it seem like it's going on in that caravan. But it haven't been no violence that credible news sources uh been reporting. So, you know, that other stuff that's strictly there to be entertaining, you know, the 8 o'clock through 10 o'clock hour on Fox News, all that's fake. All that is fake. It's there strictly to be entertaining. So if you seen that stuff there, you got to double check it, fact check it. It's no violence in this caravan. That's reported by a credible source. So you this is a last ditch effort for fear politics because you don't have nothing to run on. That's all this is. Um, they are in power. Anything that they wanted to do on immigration, they could have done it. They have all the power. House, Senate, executive branch. They have all the power. And if you really look at it, and this, I mean, if you really look at it, one of the president's favorite targets to hit on is MS-13. 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 That's one of his favorite targets to hit on. A lot of these caravans and these people in these caravans are fleeing specifically MS-13 and other cartel violence. They are fleeing that. So he's talking it up, exaggerating fear as usual, but these people are living it and feeling it for real. And don't get me wrong, it's violence, gang violence in America. But they, MS-13, who he like to constantly fearmonger with, they not far and away worse than any of the other gangs. We do have a gang violence problem here in America. But MS-13 is not far and away worse than all the other street gangs. The Aryan Nation, Hell Angels, Bloods, Crips, you name it. They not far and away worse than them. But that's what he choose because that fits right in with his immigration scare tactics. So in a way, he says they the worst thing. He make them sound super terrible. They are living his exaggerated uh um um they are living his exaggeration of that game for real. They ain't living it. They coming to them saying, "We want your daughters. If your son don't join the gang, I'm gonna kill your whole family." That's happening in those countries that those people are living from. So in a way, he is inadvertently inviting them to come to America. You can look at it that way. They's coming to America because of him, because of the president. You can look at it that way. The migrants are coming to America because of the president. Because they are running from the same gang, MS-13, and that violence that he speaks of constantly. So they're coming for him. He basically inviting them to come. He's the reason for the caravans. He don't even realize it. You can look at it that way. He is the reason for the caravans. They come to him looking for help, for a chance, support, because he speaks of the game. They live in it, so they feel like they got a connection. But when you get here, their policy is to take your children, basically, take your children, create orphans. What is their policy? I don't even know what their policy is besides fear. The campaign promise was broken to build a wall. You had two extra large bills that was passed that could have fully funded. You didn't do it. Other than build a wall, which they failed. What is their policy? So there's no reason to be scared. No reason to fear. This is my prediction. Some military folks are going down on the border. Probably ones that's going down there anyway. Probably was the ones that was going. The ones that's down there. Probably the ones that was going down there anyway. Probably for training and um, We have soldiers on the border, to help out. I believe that's year round. So it's going to be some there, but they keep showing the Pentagon and the tanks and the motor pools and the army. None of them, a lot of that stuff ain't even gonna move. Not even gonna go down to the border. This is just a big fear campaign. None of those vehicles, a majority of them troops and vehicles, not even gonna go down there to that border. It's just a big fear campaign. It's just kind of like just throwing stuff up in the wind. Just throwing stuff up in the wind. Just like we were supposed to get a impromptu tax cut. That ain't gonna happen. It never it never was gonna happen. And that just bring me to one more thing, a mini. How could you not hold someone accountable for lying? I mean, you all have kids. People have kids. You don't want them lying, but you let folks just blatantly lie to you and they get right on away with it. So, like I said, to recap this, there's no wall. There was never going to be a wall. They passed a $1.5 trillion tax cut. No Republican was going to vote no on that. If you added the 30 to 50 trillion, $1 billion that it would took to build this wall. Nobody was going to vote no on that. They didn't put the funding in it for that on that tax bill. They didn't put the funding in it when they passed the biggest spending bill in American history back in March. $1.3 trillion. The biggest spending bill in history. They could have easily fully funded the wall, but they didn't. It's scare politics. It's a ploy to keep you scared, to make you scared. Go vote for whoever you're gonna vote for, but don't vote on fear. Don't vote on fear. And I'll come back on here. I just talked about the caravan. I'll come back on here and talk about healthcare or whatever. Vote for issues. Don't vote for no man or no party. You vote on these issues that's gonna take care of you and your family. That's what you need to vote on. Don't vote on no man or no politician. I'm talking about this wall and their policies. They're gonna take pre-existing condition coverage away, and everybody keep talking about pre-existing conditions. Another big part of that they're gonna take away. They're gonna take away caps. It used to be caps. Like if you got um a bill, doctor's bill that was worth $100,000. Right now, under this Affordable Care Act, they have to pay for that. You're gonna have to pay your portion, but they're gonna pay for it. When they repeal this law, if we vote them back into power and they totally repeal it, you're gonna have to pay for that. The insurance, they're gonna take them caps. Then you're gonna be responsible for that bill. They may look at that $100,000 bill and say, okay, we're gonna only pay 50,000. Of that 50,000, you still gonna have to pay your portion of that 50,000, and then that other 50,000, they ain't even gonna touch. They're not even gonna touch it. That's a luxury SUV. They trying to bring back the times that you can really go bankrupt off of healthcare. So they talking about this politics of fear. Yeah, you need to be scared. You need to be scared, but not because no damn Migrant Caravan that's a couple of 100 miles away that probably fully dispersed and don't even make it to the border is optics to make you think they coming. Vote on us. Vote for me. That's optics. They trying to scare you, but you really need to be scared that this tax bill that they paid, the CBO, Congressional Budget Office, saying it's not paying for itself. Like the Republicans said it was going to pay for itself. You need to be scared it's not paying for itself. So, and Mitch McConnell, he said the tax bill, that's not the problem. Why is the deficit? We have to look at the entitlement programs. You need to be scared of that. You need to be scared because Mitch McConnell said we're gonna look at the entitlements. Be scared of that. Not of some damn migrants that's hundreds of miles away. You in your mid-50s, early 60s, they gonna cut Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. They probably raise you let them back in power. They probably gonna raise the age of retirement to like 70. You need to be scared. You need to be scared of that. Not no damn migrants. That tax bill. You need to be scared of that. All working folks, us working folks, restaurant workers, hotel workers, trade workers, corrections, law enforcement, nurses. The people, I didn't vote for them, but people like you voted this man into power. And he said he's going to give middle income people a tax cut. You got a tax cut, all right. You take home an average of $20 a week if you get paid by the week, $40 bi-weekly, $80 a month, $960 a year. That's your average take home from this Republican tax cut. You need to be scared of that and mad. Wow, the richest people in the world right now, they get an extra $51,000 from this tax cut, this tax plan. So think of any recognizable rich person you know. You a damn nurse or damn truck driver voting for a person, voting for a party, and he giving you $20 a week. And you think of any rich person you know. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Beyonce, Taylor Swift. Them right wing talk radio guys, they rich. They make about the same amount a year as the NFL quarterback. Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity. They get a $51,000 tax break. They already rich. I got paid today. My $20 is on there. You need to be scared of that. Not no damn migrants. That's what you need to be scared of. Half of these troops, these numbers they talking about, they're not gonna never even go down to the border, ladies and gentlemen. They're not gonna never even make it down to the border. The ones that's there now, like I said, they probably was scheduled to be there now for training, and they help out with the border anyway. This is a scare campaign. Most of them ain't even gonna make it to the border. And that big beautiful wall that you all was promised, it should be able to stop some of that. But it was a, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, it was a ploy. It was a joke. It's never going to happen. So, and then this rocks, throw rocks. Rocks gonna be treated like rifles. Come on, give me a break. No gas, no water hose, no rubber bullets. They throw rocks, you kill them. This is crazy. Don't vote out of fear. This Tuesday, November 6th, vote for your interests. Vote for you and your family. And I'll come back on here and I'll do a full show on Medicare, on healthcare and the economy. This was about migrant, the caravans. That's what this one was about. But I'll come back on here and do healthcare. I'll do whatever. Because they trying to scare people. But you should be scared. But not because what they talking about. You should definitely be scared though. Definitely be scared. Because of pre-existing conditions in Medicare is gonna be gone when they repeal this bill if you let them back in power. And health care and Medicare and Social Security. Um, like always, if you watch this video, thank you for your time. And if anybody come along later on and watch it, I just want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for the privilege of your time. Thank you.